Good morning. So, what's kind of funny is that yesterday I woke up with this, what I thought was like a great idea. I'm going to do this like new segment called Coffee with Carla. I'm going to wake up every morning and you get to see my smiling, shining face, which may or may not be a good thing. But then this morning, right? So day one done, like that was fun. This morning I woke up and I was like, I don't feel social on day two, Carla. Anyways, so I thought I'm going to do it anyway because, like, do you guys ever feel like that where you wake up and you're like, I just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to, I can't do it. I'm just not feeling myself or not feeling confident, I think, which is not usual for me. I'm actually usually pretty happy-go-lucky and, pretty chill. But this morning I have this app that I looked at that tracks the moon phases because some types of yoga avoid yoga on moon days. So full moons, new moons, we don't do a yoga practice. I personally do if I feel like it. But a full moon is coming up on January 28th. So like right away here. So I think that's why I feel a little sad often around the full moon. And then on the full moon day, I usually don't talk to anyone. Except my friend Danielle. I'll usually text her and be like, what the heck is going on with this moon? It's trying to kill me. Or just how it feels. Anyways, so I started by just journaling, as always, and journaling about all the things I didn't do yesterday because I had big plans yesterday. I was going to just, do it all. I was going to do foam rolling and I was going to do, I have a treadmill and I don't always do like a run. I do like to do a run once in a while, but often what I do is just do like a mile. I don't know how to change it to kilometers, but I'll do just a mile and then real quick, and then I'll do something else. Often because I'm cold. I'm just cold. I'm always cold. And the only time that I'm not like wearing a winter coat at home in the house is when I've just had like a super hot coffee and I can warm up, or I've just been on the treadmill. So I like that because then over the course of a whole day, I've done like 3 or 4 miles, sort of before work, lunchtime, because I work from home. So, and then after work and then before bed. So yeah. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just quickly, briefly chat about motivation. So I do wake up like this, like a few times a month, just where I'm like, I don't have motivation to do anything. I don't want to. I want to crawl on the couch. And because I work from home, I can, but that's problem that I can't, just because you work from home doesn't mean that there aren't deadlines and things that need to be done. And so it's not a good idea. And having said that, even when I didn't work from home, once in a blue moon, I would take a mental health day. Like if I just was not okay feeling, I would take a day off. And so I do that still. But this morning, I'm not okay. I'm just not feeling quite as bright and chipper as usual. So things that I do for motivation, I think I might do a separate video on motivation. I've got a lot of tips and tricks and things, but I'll just give you like the best bits, which is using things like coffee to help. But I ran out of coffee, so my coffee this morning is decaf, but there is a little bit of caffeine in decaf, so that'll help me a little. I try to kind of keep a low amount of caffeine each day just because I tend to go a little overboard with caffeine. And so it's important that I don't have too much because then if I don't have enough the next day, then I get caffeine headaches. So anyway, I'm having my decaf coffee, so hopefully that'll perk me up a little bit. And, caffeine vitamins too. I might go take my vitamins after this video. You do get a little bit of energy from vitamins, so they recommend not taking them at night, like right before bed, because you might have trouble sleeping. And other than that, like it depends on what you want to motivate yourself for. But this next little thing that I do might sound a little crazy, and I actually did it yesterday, even though I wasn't feeling motivated. I did it, and it did work a little bit, but not much. I had 4 physical activities I wanted to do yesterday, and I did 2 of them. So I wanted to foam roll, and I wanted to do 3 miles on the treadmill, and I wanted to do what was I going to do? Strength training. I do like specific yoga drills. Um, the ones that I do are usually the ones in the 40-day yoga challenge that is posted. It's on one of the playlists. Any of the ones that are like a half an hour for like shoulders and back or core, that kind of thing, I'll just do that. And then stretching, I'll do one of the yin or stretchy videos from that as well, or just elsewhere on the channel. I like to do, those are like my routines that are my go-to. So those last two things I do not do. But the foam rolling, I like to try to do that every day. And I don't do it every day. I don't. It's on the list of things to do every day, and I do not get to it every day. Every few days or once a week is when I actually get to it. But what I do when I feel not motivated is I do some foam rolling, which sounds weird, but the reason why it helps is because it hurts a little bit. And I'm not masochistic. That's not why I do it. It doesn't like make me happy. But what it does is when you feel discomfort or a little bit of pain, like your body releases endorphins. So endorphins are specifically designed to mask pain. So if you stub your toe, there's a reason why it hurts like crazy for about a minute, and then it subsides like dramatically because your body produces endorphins and disperses it throughout your body as quickly as possible. So this happens with foam rolling too. I'll start my foam rolling and it'll be like, oh, this is awful. Foam rolling is not great fun if you haven't noticed. But after a while, it's fine. Like it feels like, oh, my muscles must be loosening up a bit. But really, it's the endorphins helping you. And endorphins are a bit of a high. Like they're a stimulant, so they make you happier and they make you have more energy. So that's what I do if I'm really not motivated, but I need to get work done, whether that's like even reading a book. I've got like a stack of books on my nightstand of things I need to read and not need to read, but want to read. And if I'm tired and not motivated, if I start reading, I'll have a nap. Like it'll put me to sleep. So yeah, so foam rolling is a really good way to get motivated short term, right? Then there's long-term motivation. I have to recommend this book. If you haven't read it, it's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And you have to excuse the language if you're not a big fan of swearing. He swears a lot in this book, but worth it. It's so good. He had a terrible, terrible childhood, and he got over himself and is amazing. And yeah, he talks about long-term motivation, and you can't just be like, well, I want to look good in a bikini for the summer, and that's your motivation. Like that doesn't, anyone who's thought, I just want to lose a few pounds, if that's your motivation, if that's your big why, that's not going to last very long. Like for him, it was, I have to get out of the situation. He wanted to become a Navy SEAL. And he, like I say, his childhood was awful. Like he needed to, in order to survive, he thought that's a place I can go to where they'll pay me money and I can sleep there and they'll feed me and everything. So for him, it was literally survival. And I won't give away any more of the story because I really think that it's a good story. And what I learned from him was that exactly, long-term motivation, you need a bigger why. So if it's just to lose a few pounds, that's not something that's going to be effective long-term. Having a reason for doing your yoga practice every day it's important, I think. And it can be, if you're living in comfort, it's difficult. And, if you're living in Canada and you have a home and, you're not literally in danger of dying right away because of your financial circumstances or otherwise, it's hard to get the motivation. So in that case, he doesn't talk about that too much. In that case, I find short-term motivation is good. Definitely have your long-term why. Like, why do I do yoga? Why do you care? Why do I care? And I know for me, when I first started, I definitely wanted to look better in a bikini. That was my actual goal. Like for real, I was like, yeah, yoga will help me with that. And it does, there's no doubt. Like it does make you leaner and longer and stronger. But it's so good for making you just healthy. And now that I'm getting a little older, my big goal is I don't want to get my toilet seat raised in 20 years. Like I don't want to have to move my house because I I can't have stairs anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty motivating goal for me. But also like my kids, I don't want them to go through when I'm older having to take care of me because I can't take care of myself. Anyways, I've got like a list of reasons why, because that helps for motivation. That's part of my massive journaling, all my reasons why I want to do yoga and help people. So yeah, long-term why is really good for motivation. I don't even feel like usually every morning I look through like, I thought I could do that with you guys too. My Google, I actually just sort of Google instead of, I don't really scroll Facebook very much or Instagram or anything, a little bit. But I open up Google and just look at what's there. And actually, because there's so much COVID stuff, it's really sad. So I just, on days like today, I don't look at anything COVID related, like nothing. I just don't because I can't for my own mental health. But the most ancient supermassive black hole is big. There's a word. Baffingly. It's bafflingly big. There you go. It's baffling how big it is. That I would normally click on, but on a day like today, I just started reading the headlines. But yeah, I don't think I can do it very much today just because with some jewelry stuff. I like jewelry. I don't really own any, but my husband used to be a goldsmith. He's been trained how to be a goldsmith. So we made our own wedding rings and, I'm not wearing one because of Padahastasana. That's funny. I usually do wear it, but there's this yoga pose where you have to put your hands underneath your feet and it hurts. So I took my ring off to do Padahastasana yesterday. So I have to put it back on. Banana oatmeal bread. I might bake today. That's a good thing to do on a day like today for me. I sure hope I'm not like Debbie Downer. If you guys woke up feeling great and you're like, wow, Carla's depressed. um, mm, no, COVID. Nope. 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 I don't know what this means. Setting the bar for variational quantum algorithms using high-performance classical simulations. That I probably will click on later when I Google all of those words. I like stuff like, I like physics, like astrophysics and that kind of thing. Something about Big Bang Theory. I never watched that show. I don't know why that's coming up. I've maybe seen an episode or two, but I don't know why that's coming up. Reddit user slammed for giving her son healthy snacks at school. Why? You know what? My kids get made fun of for healthy snacks. There was one day, because I feed my kids, they have to make their own lunches. And so not always, I sometimes make it for them or Ian does, but usually they make their own. And Katya loves making food. Like she's only 9, but she usually will make both of their lunches for JJ and her. I was talking to her about this morning. We were remembering this morning about like right from when she was like 3, she would make a lunch for her and JJ because she just loved doing it. I really feel like she's an old soul. Like she was born just knowing how to be domestic. Like she was like the woman of the house at 3. And I was like, I don't know what to do. But there was one day where she was going to daycare and then JJ was going to kindergarten. And she made the lunches for both of them. But I did think that JJ would at least look at his lunch before he went to school, but he didn't. And I got a text from both of their teachers, like within moments of each other saying, so there's just like a quarter of a slab of cake in their lunch kit. Can you bring some food? So I guess what Katya did, we must have had a birthday the day before. So she just took like a massive hunk of cake and just shoved it. Anyway, that was kind of funny. But what was my point? Something about lunches. Oh, so JJ will often just take like a can of soup and a can opener. Like he doesn't even put it in a bowl. He just takes a can of soup and a can opener and brings it to school. But also he'll have salmon, like just a can of salmon, and bring that to school. And he doesn't anymore because, yeah, people don't like it. They don't like the smell of it, which I find interesting because like salmon is brain food, like it's literal brain food. And even the teacher was like, whoa, that's such a strong smell. And the teacher told me about it. Like, and I was like, could you not like shut that down maybe? Because students should be learning that that's healthy food. And she said, actually, that's a good point. I'm really sorry. And I love that teacher anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't read the article, but I do know my kids got made fun of for eating healthy food. And I just said, well, just say like, well, what do you eat? A chair? Like what's wrong with carrots and celery and vegetables and salmon and, healthy food? And I guess because their peers take a lot of packaged foods and we do too. Like I'm not, I would like to have no packaged foods whatsoever, but I do have some like seaweed. There's salted seaweed, which is really healthy and tasty, and that's in a package. But I don't send them with like cookies and stuff like that unless they're homemade and only once in a while. And only one kind of thing. But anyways, I guess that's probably all for me today. Yeah, I'm gonna do all of those tricks for motivation for me today. I'm actually feeling better already. Just talking to you. Talking helps. So if that ever happens to you, just know you're not alone, and even if you're a yogi or a yoga teacher and have a daily practice, people are human. And I don't know, for me, moon cycles, like full moons, I get kind of sad. So a day or two before and during for sure. Probably if I post something on a full moon day, it'll be I filmed it the day before, the day after. No, it won't be the day after because I don't know how to time travel yet. But yeah, anyways, until next time, have a really good rest of your day. And yeah, I'm going to work. Oh, the other thing I'm going to work on is the next video I'm going to post. It's going to be a fun one. So I'll talk to you all later. Namaste. Have a really good rest of your day.